soaring 6 feet above ground level, bending rims and smashing backboards. What's there not to love about dunks? So check out these incredible NBA dunks that leave you speechless. Starting with these.
And a different way to score coming off baseline swing.
Oh, he does it again. Throws it right up with the rim. James comes flying in from the right corner.
It may not be this way for others, but LeBron has left us speechless with his dunks not once, but twice. And they were both alley-oops. First was this dunk in 2012 against the Chicago Bulls. It might have been just minutes into the first quarter, but LeBron was on fire already. Dwayne Wade threw a perfect lob in the air for James to catch, and he sure did with an insane one-handed dunk that had John Lucas III looking like a training cone. He legit jumped completely over a full-size NBA player. At least he respected Lucas enough to completely jump over him.
Tonight, Jason Terry, good defense. Wade from behind takes it away.
Jason Terry couldn't say the same thing the following season when the Heat faced the Celtics. With a block shot and a steal by Boston, the Heat regained possession and LeBron got a chance to do another alley-oop, but this time he completely floored Terry and stood over him afterward for the effect. In the process, gave us one of the coolest NBA photographs ever taken. From one GOAT to another, only for MJ, it was personal. This was one of the greatest dunks in NBA history, and what puts a bit of smoke on it is the love-hate relationship between the two players on the scene. It was the 1991 playoffs between the Chicago Bulls and the New York Knicks.
Now they press. Now the Bulls got to get it up.
A lob pass to Paxson, a jump pass to Jordan off to the left.
And from start to finish, this dunk was a masterclass. Jordan first made a hesitation dribble, moved to clear out two Knick defenders, and drove to the baseline only to meet 7-foot-tall Patrick Ewing. What did he do? MJ elevated over Ewing with little space at the baseline and slammed it in with one hand. The crowd was simply in awe. We still can't believe he did that decades after. No disrespect to his airness and the Air Jordan trademark, but Air Canada took it up a notch in 2000. Here's Vince Carter with the notorious dunk during his days in the NBA. From the crazy 360 windmill during the slam dunk contest to his super in-game leaps. Just his dunk highlights will make a full video. But this one against the Clippers in 2000 is special. This came from Steve Brown, throwing a bad lob pass to Carter. It was way too far off the rim, but Carter wasn't letting it go to waste. Improvising to give us the greatest alley-oop ever. He reached the ball towards the back of his head and threw it down emphatically. At least he had the manners to do it without any defending players in sight. Giannis Antetokounmpo couldn't care less about being defended once he set his eyes on the rim. In 2018, during a game between the Milwaukee Bucks and the New York Knicks at Madison Square Garden, just 4 minutes into the second half, Milwaukee's Chris Middleton made a super interception to lead to a 2-on-1 break. He lobbed an alley-oop for the Greek Freak, and all Giannis could see was the rim. Had Tim Hardaway Jr. trying to defend him, but he couldn't. Giannis didn't even notice him. He just went completely over Hardaway to land an epic dunk, and when asked in the post-game interview, he confirmed he didn't even notice Hardaway was there.
Go get the ball. I did not see Tim Hardaway under me, so I just went up there and just went hard and tried to get the ball and dunk the ball.
Sure, we've seen ballers dunk over opponents, but how do you not see a 6'6" player? Only the Greek Freak knows. And just like Giannis, Blake Griffin has also shown he has no regard for human life. Check out his dunk from 2010 and 2012. Yup, he's done it twice. First was when he created a whole new word in the process of dunking over 7'1" Russian center Timofey Mozgov. He made it look like dude wasn't even there at all, and added a new verb to the dictionary in the process. Mozgov, a word synonymous to making a giant look like your son. And the next season, Griffin did it again with an even bigger man, Kendrick Perkins. Someone called the police before Griffin puts another giant down for good. But if you think that's crazy, you need to see John Stark's lefty dunk in 1993. Sadly, Stark is mostly remembered for choking in that game against the Pacers in 1995. But we know that before that, Stark was a menace to society. Against the Pacers in 1995, and this dunk versus the Bulls in the closing seconds of the 1993 Eastern Conference Final game is proof of that. This dunk is one of the most insane you'll ever see for many reasons. One, he dunked over Horace Grant and kind of Michael Jordan. Apologies his airness. 2, the insane skill and airtime it took for him to elevate and contort his body to the rim. And 3, the fact that he had landed this dunk with his left hand despite being a completely right-handed player. Sick.
50 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Starks. Yes! What a move by Starks, who was able to sky to the basket.
Julius Erving may have not gotten to trademark the free throw line dunk, but he definitely owns this. You could also say he owned legendary Laker defender Michael Cooper in the process. The year was 1983. The Philadelphia 76ers faced off against the LA Lakers, the defending champs at the time, and Erving decided there was no better stage to launch the beauty of a dunk. The OG took off from the far side of the court, dribbled the ball all the way to the free throw line, cradled the ball in one hand, and then slammed it over Cooper's head. Boom. No disrespect to Michael Cooper, but he was really just collateral damage. NBA broadcaster Chick Hearn was then quoted as saying, "Rocks the baby and puts it to sleep." The 80s were a different time for real. Players really had no regard for human life, or each other for that matter. That's why Tom Chambers didn't think twice about dunking on a 6'10" defender. During a game for the Phoenix Suns against the New York Knicks in 1989, Chambers took off from the floor and rose some more until he was about elbow level with the rim before landing a wild two-handed dunk over Mark Johnson. The next time you see Mark Johnson running analysis on ESPN, remember he was once made a poster boy. At least Cooper and Johnson didn't have to deal with becoming memes all over the internet. That's something Brandon Knight didn't get to say after.
2-on-1. KJ to Chambers. Jam! Oh, boy.
First Blake Griffin, now DeAndre. There's a reason why they were called the Lob City Clippers. We guess Brandon Knight didn't get the memo though. He paid for it with his life. Not literally, of course, but after this dunk, Brandon Knight dead was trending over the internet. So maybe he did die. A little. It might have looked like a normal lob ball for DJ to hop and put it into the rim. But what made this so special is that he saw a 6'3" Brandon in his way and still did it anyway.
Here comes Chris Paul. The lob. The jam! Oh, what a monster jam by DeAndre Jordan!
He completely smashed Knight into the ground, like an asteroid into a small planet. Brandon's Detroit Pistons got trashed, 129-97, but it still got worse for the Pistons, man, as he collapsed under DJ, becoming the meme of the decade. And DeAndre's reaction after the dunk was absolutely priceless. Brandon Knight later hopped on the jokes about getting posterized, but not everyone reacts nicely to getting dunked on, like Shaquille O'Neal on Chris Dudley. You've probably been expecting the man to pop up on this list. Well, here he is, and with a banger. He had many memorable dunks, including the one that brought down the whole rim and backboard. But this dunk from 1999 of New York Knicks center Chris Dudley is special. Why? Because it's one of the most disrespectful dunks ever done in basketball. Diesel landed a powerful two-hand slam in Dudley's face, and like that wasn't bad enough, he finished it off by swinging towards Dudley and shoving the dude into the ground. Nasty from Shaq. Of course, Dudley wasn't happy about it, and he showed it by hurling the ball at Shaq as he ran back on defense. The refs had to get involved. Sorry, Chris, but we love it. And then, there's this dunk you'd only expect to see in the slam dunk contest.
So powerful on that move that Dudley just not even fouling. He just got overpowered by Shaquille O'Neal.
One thing about Paul George is he loves to put on a show at the rim. And most times, his shows are explicit. That's why we call him PG-13. What we have for you though is something special from the rest. During the 2014 season, the Pacers were facing the Lob City Los Angeles Clippers. So PG figured, we're better to go crazy with the dunk than against the seemingly best dunkers in the league. He got the ball on a fast break, all alone, on one side of the court, so he decided to go wild with an unbelievable 360 windmill dunk. Pretty sure he broke some unspoken rules with that dunk. We've seen crazy, disrespectful, life-threatening, and aesthetically pleasing dunks, but this video won't be complete without mentioning Kobe Bryant's behind-the-back reverse dunk. Younger fans remember Kobe as a master of the mid-range, but before that, number 8 Kobe was a beast of an athlete who loved to attack the basket and throw the ball down. And his best dunk from that era was against the Denver Nuggets in 2003 when he caught a pass, improvised to get past a defender, put the ball behind his back, and went into the air. Kobe really made that jump without his body facing the rim. How crazy is that? Which of these dunks had you shocked the most? Let us know in the comment section.